All right, it's a hose making Saturday. So as you can see, I bought a 250-foot roll of hose. I'm going to actually use consistently across and just put different ends on. So I'm actually got the airbags. I'm going to put those on later today. What I'm planning to do first though, before I do the airbags and then put the wheels on, is do stuff that I have easy access to. So I'm trying to get the airlines to the new brake chambers. And yeah, so I cut 4 lengths, 30 inches long with a die cutter. And now I'm going to put the ends on. These ends are pretty easy. You put the, take the little ferrule out. And let's see here, let's grab a different one. So, put this over the hose. The spring's there to protect the bend, to protect the hose from sharp bends. So I thought that was a nice touch. So put that little ferrule on. And just put this guy in. And then just simply tighten this and it's done. So it's as easy as that. You just simply tighten these guys up. Probably do this in a vise, but I wanted to do it out here on the workbench just to show what I was up to today. So there, and there we have it. Hose. So I got 8 more of these to do. And then I adjusted the brakes today while I'm in there. I just used, as I said in the previous video, I just used shop air on the park line. Compresses it and allows me to make the adjustment on the slack adjuster. So this guy's adjusted, and then I noticed that I didn't have it clocked correctly. I didn't have this drain hole on the bottom to drain out the rainwater, so I caged it, loosened this guy off, and then gave it a turn. So this side's all ready to go. I just got to put those new lines on. All right, as promised, finally got the airbags. Special thanks to a very special lady who offered them up as a gift to me. Thanks again. So here they are. So I've put them on the top. Essentially it's pretty straightforward. Just 2 little 9/16 bolts, a little bit of Loctite, lock washer. And then what I'm doing is, as you can see here, just using a bottle jack to raise it up. And then I'm just gonna put on a washer and a nylon lock nut for the bottom. And that's basically it for the airbags. Then we just need some airlines, which I will start doing with my 200 feet of airline that I got there. And yeah, making some great progress today. Big step forward. Finally put her shoes back on. Well, at least one of them anyway. One nice thing though, I wanted to make sure that I had tires on for when I'm crawling around underneath, so it's not just jack stands. But then as you recall from an earlier video, there's no front brakes. So this is the only thing that would keep it from rocking back and forth. So just gonna leave the outers on for now. I still got some more work to do to get the other airbags on there, on the front axle, and then get the wheels on. But making some good progress. It's nice to see some wheels on the back for the first time in a long time. So another project I worked on today was draining the oil out of the front and rear diffs. Pretty easy to do if anyone's curious. It's just a drain plug on the bottom there, and then just the fill on the side. Just fill her up till she starts draining out of there. So the back, drain the oil out. There was a little bit of material on the plug, but nothing too exciting. However, in the front, the main drive diff here, found a few goodies that I dug out. So now when I swapped out the axles, pulled the axle out and did all the seals, there were a few teeth gone on the axle splines. So I assume that's what some of these are. But this one looks a little beefier. I'm thinking that might be a ring gear or pinion tooth. So I cleaned all the little bits and bobs out of there that I could. To the YouTube followers out there, I guess how worried should I be? Again, she's not going to be in heavy commercial duty. more of just bobtailing around and pulling the camper to begin with. So I might just drive it and watch the temps and keep checking that plug for material. But yeah, that was ungood. Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram at 359 twinsticks, you'll see that a few nights ago I started digging at the interior, and man, what a mess. In behind the radio there, in this little compartment, is the mother of all mouse nests. So that's just basically all mouse nests and mouse poop. So that's a disaster. Poured a bunch of bleach in there and then just gave up that evening. But what I'm gonna have to do is drop these panels. I'm gonna get an impact screwdriver and try and get those screws out, lower these panels, and that's the only way I'm gonna really be able to clean in there. Reason I was starting to pull apart the interior is I wanted to get the air condenser off the roof, but it's through bolts with nuts on the bottom, so I got to drop the headliner in order to get at those, to get that off of there. One of the viewers made a great comment. He said get a condenser off of 379. It'll mount up by the radiator so we can do a cleaner roof line, which is kind of what I'm thinking of doing. I'm gonna get rid of pretty much most of the stuff, those side lights, the antenna, that condenser, the clearance lights, the horns. I'm probably going to put train horns on the back or underneath. So, and then take off that headliner. I'd like to start filling some of the holes. You saw in a previous video I was doing some fiberglass work and filling the holes in the back, but there's still more, and I'm thinking that's how the mice might have got in there. So I'm going to try and get those holes filled and smoothed out before winter again, because I'm working outside. But yeah, that's the plan for the roof. But I'm getting tired of finding mouse nests. I tell you what, there was some in the headlights, they were in the brakes, they were in the sleeper, and now they're in the cab too. But I guess that's what you get when you buy a truck that's been sitting in a field for 15 years. So let that be a lesson to you guys that are considering getting one that's sitting outside. You're gonna have your hands full with bleach and rubber gloves. Anyway, that's the update, little by little.